What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a Raptors review, Raptors recap of the three preseason games that they've played so far. This is overreacting in the preseason, and of course, it's only 3 games preseason. This will probably not go for any of the season. People could become way better, way worse. This is just 3 games, of course, especially in the preseason with teams that aren't playing their normal defenses, new squads being adjusted, Raptors adjusting to their new pieces, other teams. You really can't say who's going to be good and who's not going to be good. But from these three preseason games, I want to talk to you guys about them a little bit. Who I think is good, who I think isn't too good, and some surprises and what we can improve on as a team. So the first person that I'd say really surprised me was Preseason. I knew from Miami when he got run, he was like a backup big, so not too much run. Same thing with Bam, where they both didn't get so much run. But now I hopefully he can really break out. He's leading the Raptors in rebounding. We needed rebounding so much. If you guys watched last season with Aaron Baines, it was a nightmare in terms of rebounding. Hopefully Precious Achirua being backed up, or maybe he might start, and then Kem Birch. Wow, we're gonna be much better in terms of our rebounding numbers, and that's really what we need. We need those second chance points. Unfortunately, he isn't too tall, 6'8", but he plays big. And what I've seen is, I was really surprised by this. I didn't watch too many Miami Heat games, but he can handle the ball. Not as a point guard, but we've seen sometimes where this guy's just taking it in transition, especially that first game versus Philly. I remember there was one play, he got the board, or Scotty got the board. This man just ran it in transition. Amazing. And his shot will develop. He's not hesitant to take the shot, which I love. I'd rather you take the shot and miss it than not take the shot because you're too scared. Somebody else who I thought was really cool is Scotty Barnes. Of course, he has expectations with the 4th overall pick, but I feel like people are kind of sleeping on him because he wasn't really supposed to go for it. Some people said he was going to go for it, but we were basically lost on Jalen Suggs. Many people were saying Raptors are drafting Suggs. We went with Scotty. So far, he's been amazing, and I keep telling people that he's raw. He's not going to come out and win Rookie of the Year because the number 1 and number 2 pick are just much more developed. That's not to say that he can be better than them or be worse than them. His playmaking has been amazing. Rebounding is good. His energy brings something very underrated. And I think he can be a really good leader down the line. His inside is really good as well. He's been using his athleticism. That's what I want to see more of him. Just dunk it, Scotty. You have the length. You have the height. You have the athleticism, the vertical. Dunk it. Throw it down on people. And he's also not hesitant to take the shot as well. And I don't think he's going to be too good of a shooter, but I want him to keep shooting. If you're shooting 28%, keep shooting, because eventually you're going to actually become a pretty good shooter, respectable shooter. And I don't want you to be scared like Ben Simmons where you don't want to take it. Alright, so let me move on to somebody who really wasn't too good. And I'd say his name is Malachi Flynn. In the Summer League, he was looking amazing. And I've always loved Malachi Flynn when we drafted him with the 29th pick. Him and Jalen Harris. I really liked our draft during that year, and I wish we still had Jalen Harris on the roster. But Malachi Flynn, so far has not been really well. For example, in the last game, he was 0 for 6 from 3. Getting limited minutes, his role is just becoming smaller. So, I don't know, man. I really hope Malachi can do something. I don't know about being a starting PG anymore, but maybe just secure that backup role. But he is not... He's not been playing so well, and I really like Malachi defensively, offensively. Hopefully he can get things, he can figure things out, and Nick Nurse will still give him a chance in the regular season. Now the biggest surprise is our free agency signing. One of the smaller ones. We didn't really have a crazy free agency period, but Svi Mikhailuk, the Thunder did not want to bring him back. I always thought he was a quality 3-point shooter, but he showed me in these 3 preseason games that he's way more than that shooter. He can drive, and he has the confidence. He reminds me of a Matt Thomas, if you guys remember Matt Thomas from 2 seasons ago, or even last season, before he got traded in the trade deadline. Except Matt Thomas, when you took him off the line, his only other move, in my opinion, or what I saw that was actually semi-effective, is the pull-up mid-range. He can drive, he has length. I'm pretty sure he's 6'8", and a shooter. And he has the agility of a guard. He can drive, he can dunk. We've seen him and he's been consistent. If he can just drop like 10 points off the bench while shooting 40% from 3, this is a W of a season, W of a signing. And I really like Steve so far for this team. So I also want to get to things that we need to improve on. And in these two Philly series, we have seen us get absolutely hammered by paint defense. Our interior defense has not been too good. And again, Precious is a big step up from Aaron Baines. But we need to get things settled up because we were letting Andre Drummond look like prime Kareem Abdul-Jabbar turning on us, doing crazy stuff. In the first game when he started, he had like 2 back-to-back and 1 putbacks, rebounds. Oh my God. People with length, for example, Philadelphia, we saw that we really struggled, especially when Embiid played. Oh my God. But hopefully Precious Achiuwa can just build on what he's done so far defensively, and Scotty Barnes, and maybe their length can counteract these problems. And I hope it does. And I hope with the addition of Pascal, when he comes back, these problems won't be as daunting. As well, offensively, again, second time in the Philadelphia game, second Philadelphia game, or the Boston Celtics game at the start, our offense was nothing, zero. And this reminded me of last year when we had Pascal, but he couldn't do anything, or Fred, nobody could buy a bucket. And that is not something that I like. I really hope that this team can get it together offensively. And so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing, which I'll get to afterwards, which is why I'm not too worried about our offense. But we also need more shooting, in my opinion. Fred VanVleet has been amazing. But now if we look at people other than Fred VanVleet, Scotty cannot shoot. Precious cannot shoot. Goran Dragic hasn't been too good so far. He can shoot them. But we don't have as many shooters that I'd like, especially when Pascal comes back. We don't know if we're getting 37% from 3 Pascal or really low, really bad from 3 Pascal. I hope we get a good shooter. Even if he's just shooting like 34%, but he's hitting those corner threes. I think that'll be a really good season for us. And Yuta Watanabe has been looking great as well. Hopefully, I know he was out, but hopefully he can get some good minutes, good run. He's a good 3-and-D bench player. As well as Champagny, who I really like, or Champagny, I don't know how to pronounce his name too well, but he's a shooting. I like it a lot, and he can get boards. That's all we need. Board, shooting, defense, 3-and-D really for us here. And we also have a big youth movement, and I like Goran Dragic. I would like to keep him, and I understand that trading him could be good for us. We might be able to get something in return, but if we can't trade him, I say keep him unless you really want to get him out, and unless Goran Dragic really wants out. We need a veteran presence on our team, and even though Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam have the experience, they are not veterans by no means. They are not like Kyle Lowry. Goran Dragic can be like Kyle Lowry for us, and I think you need a leader. Same thing with that Thunder team, who is super young. Who was their leader? Who got them started? Chris Paul. And I believe that Goran Dragic can do the same thing. He's an amazing point guard. And I hope that he can stay here and just mentor these players, you know? So, the last thing I wanted to talk about is our 2 players, you know? The 2 players we extended last season, and I think you know who they are. Fred VanVleet and OG Anunoby. And I'm not the person who's going to be happy if you're injured, and I'm not saying that I'm happy Pascal Siakam got injured, but I'm happy that now we get to see OG and Fred be the 1 and 2 option. And so far, we'll talk about Fred first. His shooting has been amazing, and Fred VanVleet last season, the reason why his field goal percentage was down horribly is his shot selection was garbage. He took crazy threes like he's Steph Curry, and he couldn't really convert. And then he was driving inside, and he got so much tunnel vision that he could not do anything with the ball. And he just used to chuck up bad shots. He's looked amazing. He can create more off the shot. He's been shooting from deep. He's looked amazing defensively as well. But OG Anunoby, oh my. His offense has been amazing. He is literally isolating people. OG Anunoby was a 3-and-D wing. This season, he's isolating people. Step back 3 in your face. Pull up mid-range. Dunking on you. OG Anunoby is that guy. Fred VanVleet said he's going to be the first option while Pascal is out, and I hope we can see an MIP season from OG, and then Fred VanVleet follows it up with a 22-8 season with Precious, Scotty. Man, this team is amazing. So I'm going to be updating y'all again. We might make another recap video soon when the season starts, when preseason's done. Who knows? But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Goodbye.